Hi, I'm Daniela and this is Jocelyn. Thanks for coming back to our channel. With advancements in fertility treatments and so many ways towards modern day conception, it can be very overwhelming to get pregnant. So today we're going to talk to you about ways that you can get pregnant at home without a doctor.
When we started this process back in October of 2020, we decided to use a known donor. But after a year of trying, we decided to use a new sperm donor, and that meant
finding a whole another donor and a whole process and way in which that we're going to do this. Are we going to use frozen? Are we going to find another known donor? How is that going to work? It became very overwhelming really quickly. We even joined some online communities, and then we found out that there's like a bunch of acronyms like TTC, AF, a bunch of things going on that we were like, wow, we really have to learn a lot. That is why in this video we're going to share 5 ways that you can get pregnant at home without a doctor using fresh sperm.
For those wondering if there's a difference between using fresh or frozen sperm, the short answer is yes. Although frozen sperm goes through a washing process where only the healthiest are stored, fresh sperm live longer in a woman's body, so there are pros and cons to both. For the purpose of this video, we're going to share ways to use fresh sperm because there's a few more ways you can use it than frozen, but if you're interested to learn more in the difference between both, check out the link above.
Now that we've gotten all that sperm talk out of the way, let's get into our first, most obvious way to get pregnant at home, and that is natural insemination, or commonly abbreviated as NI.
This one might have felt a little too obvious to even include in the video, but it's important when you're looking for a known sperm donor to, if you see language like NI or natural insemination, they're open to things like that. That simply means that they're open to having unprotected sex in order to conceive a baby. Which brings us to our second option, NI+.
This is shocking to me. This actually is astonishing to me, and I didn't know this was really out there, but this means using oral sex in order to, with a known donor at home, inseminate. I don't know. It means oral sex plus natural insemination. So you like just get them there and then they just put it in to make the baby?
For visual illustrations, stay tuned.
When working with a sperm donor, it's best to be upfront with what you would like done and make no room for gray areas. This way, when the time comes, there's no stepping over boundaries or anyone feeling uncomfortable. You kind of have it all out there and make a plan before it happens. Everyone does it different.
Another option for getting pregnant at home without a doctor is PI, or partial insemination, which is basically the male donor getting himself to climax and then quickly ejaculating into the woman recipient.
One way to look at this is intercourse, but strictly for procreation and not recreation. This takes the more intimate parts of sex off the table and just breaks it down into actual conception.
And for those like us who weren't really interested in NI or PI, there's always the next option, AI, or artificial insemination, which is what we have the most experience with.
Artificial insemination at home, most commonly known as the turkey baster method, is where the donor will ejaculate into a cup and then give that sample to the recipient. And there's no actual physical contact between the donor and the recipient. You can use many methods to artificially inseminate at home, like a syringe, a soft cup, a Mosey baby syringe. There's many types of ways to do it, but if you want to learn more about it, check out the link above.
So we've covered 4 different options on how to get pregnant at home without a doctor, but maybe none of them feel like a right fit for you. Maybe partial insemination feels like too much contact, but artificial insemination feels like too little. That will bring us to our last option on how to get pregnant at home without a doctor, and that's artificial insemination plus.
What is AI plus, you ask? I asked the same question myself.
During artificial insemination plus, the sperm donation is collected with the recipient present and possibly helping in some way, such as stimulating, mutual touching of any kind, or basically anything other than intercourse.
I've heard of a lot of heterosexual couples who have been trying to conceive naturally for a while maybe use this method so that they can collect the sample into the cup and use a syringe and get the sperm closer to the cervix. But honestly, however you want to do it is up to you. The truth of the matter is, the act of making a baby has always been seen as a very intimate exchange between two people, but it doesn't have to be that way.
The greatest achievement in modern day conception is that there are so many different ways to achieve conception. So finding what works for you and trying that is the best way to start.
Yeah, there's no ideal way or right way. Just do what works for you.
And if you're like us and have been trying that method for about a year at home with no success, then maybe it is time to get a doctor involved. The good news is there are other fertility treatments that can help you conceive, so getting them involved sooner rather than later is always the key to success.
If you're interested to learn more about fertility treatments with medical professionals, check out the link above.
So to recap, the 5 different ways to get pregnant at home without a doctor are natural insemination plus, partial insemination, artificial insemination, and artificial insemination plus.
Getting familiar with all of these options and choosing the one that works best for you will bring you one step closer to having your baby and modern day conception.
If you found any value in this content, please like and subscribe. See you soon. It's our new setup.
Yeah, don't mind our change of space. We're still reworking our office filming area, but we still wanted to keep doing content, so we have a blank wall behind us and our desk chairs, but we're working it out.
Yes, more to come on that.
More to come on that.